Kennedy in EDM310 at the University of South Alabama. Today we're covering Project 12, Part B.
I'm Kayla Budsey.
I'm Marissa Farnell.
I'm Logan Nasworthy.
And I'm Hannah Vincent. So today we're going to be going through, for third grade, Earth and Science, Space Science. In the Alabama Common Core standards that we're going to be covering today, it's describing Earth's layers, including the inner and outer cores, the mantle, and the crust. And our particular lesson is going to be classifying rocks and minerals by characteristics including streak, color, hardness, magnetism, luster, and texture.
Okay, and our lesson today is going to be about the rock cycle, some of the topics that we're going to be covering. The first one is weathering, and our students will be able to learn what happens to rocks through biological, chemical, and physical changes. Sedimentation, our students will learn how sediments are transported and what can be found inside of these sediments. And metamorphic formation, where our students will learn how heat and pressure affect the formation of metamorphic rocks.
The students will also be learning about intrusive igneous rocks as well as extrusive igneous rocks. Okay, so for our lesson today, we're going to be learning about the rock cycle. And the first part of our lesson we're going to be learning about is weathering. So there are many different causes of weathering, and acid rain is one of them. Biological weathering occurs when living things cause rocks to break apart. As weathering occurs, tiny fragments of rocks break off. So the neat thing about this tool is that it includes activities after the run-through. And so this particular activity is neat because students can come up and sort these into the proper categories based off of what they just learned. If the teacher is running a little short on time, they have the option of just clicking solve, and they automatically go to their categories, and the teacher can just point out why they're in each category. Or if the teacher has time, she can have students come up and have the students sort them where they think they should go, and then she can press check, and it'll tell you if they're right or wrong, and students can come back up and sort them to where they think they'll go, and it'll automatically correct as they put it in the right category.
All right, the second stage of the rock cycle that we're going to be learning about today is sedimentation. Rock fragments are transported by rivers towards the sea. When rock fragments reach the sea, they then are deposited onto the seabeds. Over thousands of years, the rock fragments build up in layers, and this is called sedimentation. The pressure of layers above cause the fragments to become compressed, and this is called sedimentation rock. Okay. And then our activity, you can get the students now to come up and build a dinosaur. And as you can see, fossils can be found in sedimentary rocks and sometimes in metamorphic rocks, although they may often be distorted.
The third step of the rock cycle that we're going to go over is metamorphic formation. Heat from magma goes into the surrounding rocks. The buildup of layers causes pressure on the rocks below. This causes the rock particles to compress and align, changing. The activity we're going to do is we're going to see how heat and pressure affect the rock particles over a long time. So on this diagram, we can see that as heat and pressure increase, the particles within the rock align. And once maximum heat is met, this is what your rock will look like, and this is the definition of a metamorphic rock.
Part 4 of the rock cycle, we're going to introduce intrusive igneous rocks. The hot magma moves through the rocks towards the surface. When the magma reaches the surface, it begins to cool. The magma that cools and crystallizes underground is called intrusive igneous rock. The activity in part 4 is which of these are igneous rocks. So the students can come up and choose granite, obsidian, and basalt, and they would know they were correct. So the last part of our lesson, we're going to be learning about extrusive igneous rocks. demonstration is showing us that volcanoes erupt, causing magma to spill out onto the Earth's surface. Eventually, the magma cools, forming extrusive igneous rocks. Magma cools slowly, and as a result, large interlocking crystals form. So this activity, with it being the last one, is an overall review of what the students have learned throughout the entire lesson. They can come up and click what they think is the correct answer. It'll change from no or to yes, however they want. And then the teacher can press check and it'll tell you if it's correct or not. So this is our lesson on the rock cycle using this awesome smartboard interactive activity. Hopefully you can use it in your future classroom as well. Thank you for watching.